one of the greatest boxers of all time. Mike Tyson is a man who has always known very well how to enjoy life by burning through all his money. But have you ever stopped to wonder about just how this fighter lives? In this video, you will find out what Mike Tyson's luxurious life is like. Career. Born in 1966 in New York City, Michael Gerald Tyson, better known as Mike Tyson, is considered one of the most famous and controversial boxers in the world. His early life was not easy at all. He was arrested several times for committing petty crimes and ended up losing his mother at the age of 16. Tyson's only hope in life was to be a boxer, and that's exactly what he did. Thanks to the support of his coach Cus D'Amato, who became his legal guardian and treated him like a son, Tyson developed his boxing skills and became a major phenomenon in the sport. His success was so rapid that by the age of 20 he had already won his world championship belt, and to this day is the youngest boxer to win a heavyweight title. But unfortunately, it wasn't just his achievements that became a trademark of his career. He has, for example, already been disqualified in 1997 for biting an opponent's ear inside the ring, and even arrested for rape in 1992. Despite all his problems, Tyson is considered one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time within the sport. After going through many ups and downs, Mike Tyson seems to be currently doing very well, living a super comfortable life filled with luxuries. Cars. Anyone who knows a thing or two about Mike Tyson knows that he is passionate about cars, with him having owned several luxury vehicles. Among the cars he has been seen riding are, for example, a $40,000 Mercedes-Benz 380 SL, a $60,000 Mercedes-Benz 560 SL, a $75,000 Rolls-Royce Spur, a $95,000 Cadillac Scarlet, a $120,000 Bentley Continental T, a $130,000 Rolls-Royce Corniche, a $300,000 Bentley Continental SC, a $340,000 Rolls-Royce Ghost, a $350,000 Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a $450,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom, a $500,000 Lamborghini Super Diablo Twin Turbo, a $600,000 Jaguar XJ220, and several sources speculate that one of the most expensive cars he has ever owned was a Ferrari F50, one of the most sought-after Ferraris in the world. This supercar is powered by a V12 engine, capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.7 seconds, managing to reach a top speed of 202 miles per hour. And to give you an idea of price, depending on its state of preservation, you can find this legendary Ferrari easily going for over $1 million. In all, it is estimated that Mike Tyson has owned over 100 luxury vehicles throughout his career. Abandoned mansion. When Mike Tyson started making money, he decided to buy a mansion in Southington in Ohio, where he lived during the 1980s. Going inside the property, we can see that everything is very different and luxurious, probably being handpicked to meet the fighter's desires. In one of the rooms, for example, there are golden details with lamps pointing to the center, a place he was supposed to use to hold his parties. The bathrooms, on the other hand, are capable of impressing anyone for their impactful and luxurious decoration. The place has coatings made of black marble and many golden details, which seem to be gold-plated, such as the stunning hot tub bath that is surrounded by glass and had the tub entirely customized with golden objects. The property also features large wooden sheds, where Tyson likely used to hold his events with a larger number of guests. In one of these areas there are huge heated pools, a place so big that they look like resort pools. Although today the property is completely abandoned, we can imagine that in the 1980s it must have been extremely luxurious. And according to some sources, in 2014 the property was bought for $1,100,000 by a church that restored the entire complex to become a shrine. Currently, after undergoing several renovations, this property has completely changed. The sheds that were poorly cared for have now become spaces where the church holds services. The pool area, meanwhile, has been transformed into a place that is simply stunning, very alike how it probably was when Mike Tyson lived there. Ex-wife's mansion. During the period when Mike Tyson was married to his ex-wife, Monica Turner, they lived in a beautiful mansion in a gated community in Bethesda, Maryland. Situated on a 2.5-acre lot, the 19,000-square-foot residence is able to offer every comfort imaginable. Going into its interior, We can see that the decor is very clean, having a color palette in light tones. One point that stands out in this property is that all rooms have large window openings, which bring excellent natural lighting. The interior of the mansion has several rooms which only exist in homes of this magnitude, such as a beautiful piano room in order to play his favorite songs, a fireplace in the living rooms to warm up on the colder days, a sophisticated dining room decorated with a luxurious chandelier, a rustic, wood-paneled office, a TV room equipped with a large projector, a weight training gym with views to the nature, a game rooms with a pool table, beside many other things. Going up to the house's second floor is where the master suite is located, which features a gigantic walk-in closet and a luxurious bathroom with a spectacular hot tub in the center. The external area of the property is not overshadowed by its interior, being equipped with excellent structures such as a beautiful pool and even a basketball court. In addition, it was in this gigantic space that Mike Tyson was once spotted taking a walk with one of his famous tigers. And according to some sources, this incredible property was ceded to his ex-wife after they divorced in 2003. And as reported in the media, in 2021 the property that once belonged to Tyson was sold for the small sum of almost $4,600,000. Mansions in Seven Hills. A fighter as successful as Mike Tyson could live anywhere in the world, but since 2008 he has decided to live in a gated community in Seven Hills in Henderson, Nevada, a condominium in which he once owned 2 properties. The athlete's first mansion in the area was a beautiful white house of contemporary architecture. Although it was built in 2001, the property has undergone several renovations and therefore maintains modern and sophisticated details. One of the areas that most draws attention in this house is the outdoor area, where there is an infinity pool, with 2 spas and even an illuminated waterfall. In all, the property is about 5,740 square feet, being divided into 6 bedrooms and 6 luxurious bathrooms. And according to media reports, Tyson decided to sell that property for nearly $1,500,000 in order to buy an even more expensive one in the same neighborhood. Currently, the fighter lives in a large 2-story mansion of approximately 8,150 square feet of floor space. In a video posted on the channel QG, while some of Tyson's friends were visiting him at his residence, it was possible to get to see a little of the residence's interior. One of the points about Tyson's intimacy that got a lot of attention was his large collection of birds, an animal he seems to be passionate about. In addition, in the estate's external area, there is a lush landscaping with a strong presence of nature, it being full of shrubs. The site also features a large pool and even a small multi-level water fountain. And according to some sources, Mike Tyson is speculated to have purchased the property for around $2,500,000. Excessive luxuries. When it comes to living a luxurious life, Mike Tyson can be considered one of the athletes who has spent the most amount of money buying expensive stuff. He has owned, for example, 3 pet tigers, paying around $70,000 on each one. And just to keep these feline animals, he spent around $125,000 a year. When it came to styling his look, Tyson didn't like to skimp either, having been spotted sporting accessories like a $5,000 Rolex Oyster Perpetual, a $12,000 Cartier Pasha, a $18,000 Rolex Day-Date, a $33,000 Hublot Big Bang Unico WBC, a $40,000 Rolex Daytona White Gold. But the fighter's most expensive jewelry was a bracelet and watch made entirely with diamonds, whose price was estimated at around $630,000. At the height of his success, the fighter also enjoyed throwing lavish parties, such as his 30th birthday, which was attended by a guest list of 700 with many stars, an event that cost him around $400,000. Some sources also say that Mike Tyson was very generous to the people he cared about, having even given several luxury cars as gifts to his friends. Net worth. Being considered one of the best boxers of all time, it is a fact that Mike Tyson has made a lot of money throughout his career. During his prime, he was considered one of the most famous and highest-paid athletes in the world. Most of his income came through his fights that were very successful and were broadcast worldwide, which also earned him a lot of money with pay-per-view. He even had millionaire contracts with television stations like HBO and Showtime. And of course, the amount of money he received for each fight grew as he beat his opponents and his name became more and more known in the world. To get an idea, It is estimated that adding up the bonuses, he received about a $1,500,000 against Trevor Berbick, a $2 million against James Smith, a $2,500,000 against Pinklon Thomas, a $5 million against Larry Holmes, a $10 million against Tony Tubbs, a $20 million against Michael Spinks, a $25 million against Peter McNeely, a $30 million against Bruce Seldon, and even unbelievable $103 million against Lennox Lewis in 2002, a figure that, adjusted for inflation, is worth over $150 million today. Adding up all his earnings, Mike Tyson earned at least $430 million, which is equivalent to over $700 million today. And despite making so much money, in 2003 he surprised everyone when he declared bankruptcy, reporting being $23 million in debt. It is speculated that his financial problems were due to the fact that he lived an extremely luxurious life and did not know how to manage his expenses, added to the fact that his manager Don King kept a large percentage of all his earnings. Currently, he seems to have turned the tables and gotten financially back on his feet again. Tyson has become a successful businessman, investing in projects that seem to be giving him a lot of return. He owns, for example, Tyson 2.0, a company that sells products made from cannabis. The business seems to be so successful that the company's official Instagram alone has almost 100,000 followers. Social media is also another of the fighter's sources of income. He has, for example, a YouTube channel that has 2 million subscribers, with videos that have reached tens of millions of views. On Instagram, he has over 18 million followers, and is where he takes the opportunity to promote his company's products. That's all not to mention his VIP presence at events, his famous appearances in Hollywood movies, and even exhibition fights he's been doing after retiring, which also continue to earn him a lot of money. And while no one knows for sure what his current net worth is, we can estimate that he has at least $20 million, a figure that could be much higher if he had invested and managed his wealth better.